Welcome to the Fantasy Football Prophet podcast, hosted by Craig Phillips and Jeff Torrey. Visit us at fantasyfootballprophet.com. And now your hosts, Craig and Jeff.
Welcome everyone to the Fantasy Football Prophet podcast. I'm Craig Phillips, joined as always by Jeff Torrey. And today we're going to do a little, look forward to the rest of the season. We're going to kind of put together our rest of season ranks for mainly running back, wide receiver, as we, we're going to do it on the air. So we haven't even started this at all yet, Jeff. So it'll be kind of interesting. I mean, I don't know. We'll try to come up with a consensus between us. I don't know if we'll agree, but we'll do all of that in just a second. Before we do that, go make sure you guys go check us out on Twitter at the FF Prophet. Go follow us on Instagram at fantasyfootballprophet or youtube.com/fantasyfootballprophet. And pretty much everywhere you want to go /fantasyfootballprophet, I think works, right? Pretty much, I think. So, all right. Let's get some rest of season ranks here. We have not, actually, before we do that, how about this? I just got the little news headline came through about Dez. Dez and the Saints are in negotiations right now after, looks like he worked out as well as, I think they had, they had three players in there. What was it? Dez, Brandon Marshall, and I think the third was Kamar Aiken. So if they were going to sign one, I think it was pretty clear who it was going to be. But how do you think Dez fits in there with the Saints if they do sign him? Does it hurt anybody first off? I don't think it hurts Michael Thomas. I think some people will get a little worried, but I don't think it affects him.
No, but if you're ever using a wide receiver two there, I don't know if you held out hope
Traquan.
Traquan, Cameron Meredith, I don't know, something like that. Then yeah, obviously it hurts them, but no, I think he'll fit in fine. He'll be the wide receiver two. I don't know what to expect from him. I don't know what kind of condition he's going to be in, how many games it's going to take him to get up to speed. But if Drew Brees took a liking to him and he's still in good shape, he would be a very interesting pickup. I'm not saying he's automatically going to be, a starter, but especially with how shallow the waiver wire has been lately, he's got to be, immediately jumps to the top of your list for, if you need a wide receiver, quite a bit of draft cash.
Yeah, because with how it's been on the waivers, here's something with upside. I think you take that chance if you've been needing a wide receiver pretty badly. And it's a great offense. And there's use for somebody to catch some balls. I mean, maybe they don't throw the ball to Kamara as much if they have another receiver. Probably not. I don't think it's going to affect him. It's just he might get more of the catches that those other guys were getting. It really probably hurts Traquan, from becoming a thing. But that's about it. He's worth an ad just to see what he is. And it could work out perfect for him. Waited around, going to end up signing with a team that is making, one of probably the best teams in the league right now. One of the top 4 teams, I don't know. There's a lot of good teams right now. Rams, Saints, Patriots, Chiefs. A lot of good teams there. I think it's a good spot for him. I think it'll be worth an ad on your team. But probably won't make our ranks here as we go ahead. As we go top 10. So let's start out with running back. Try to figure these out as we go. I think we know number 1. It's Todd Gurley probably for me. It's probably Todd Gurley for you. Yep. So that's not where we figure where the interesting part comes in. So number 2 is where it gets a little interesting. What are you thinking here? Number 2. There is quite a few options actually.
There are, I think, and this is tough for me because I want to say Kamara, but I think Kareem Hunt is a little safer.
I was actually going to say Kareem Hunt as well. I thought that might be a little bit out there yet because it's still no one really wants to put him there. But the way he's been playing in that offense, I would go Kareem Hunt as well. Number 2, I think he's been that good recently, and that offense shows no signs of slowing down.
Nope. Yeah. So absolutely, I think Gurley and Hunt.
Never would have thought Kareem Hunt would jump up there like that.
No, I didn't either. Obviously, I knew it would be top 10, but the fact that I rely on him so heavily. So number 3, I think Kamara. Do you have any issue with that?
No, not really. I think he should be there. The way they've been getting in the ball again. Ingram's really not a factor in how good Kamara is at all. If Ingram's able to do anything, it's not really at Kamara's expense, I feel like. And those last 2 games have just been huge. In standard, 29.6, 19.6. He just had he's only had that one bad game this year. Was that the first game Ingram came back and he didn't do anything and it freaked people out?
Freaked people out, yeah.
And he's been great since. That's it. That's his only bad game. Other than that, he had an 11.9 in standard, or in week 2, he had a 13.5, and that's the worst you're going to get? Yeah, Kamara's right there. And I'll go with Kamara there. Now, I mean, there's a lot of good players yet here. There's Saquon, there's Zeke, there's Melvin Gordon. You could kind of go with any of them here.
Yeah, I mean, for me, if we're saying for the rest of the year, right? Mm-hmm. I think we have to go Barkley or Gordon. I don't think we hit Zeke yet. I don't think he's in that discussion for me.
I think I would lean Gordon because I think he's in the better offense.
I think he has the ability to score more touchdowns, so I think those points will be a little easier for him to come by.
Yeah, I think I'd lean Gordon there. Go Gordon 4. It's a better offense, better team. They're going to be, just better situation. And then for 5, I think I'd go Saquon for 5.
I would too.
As much as his team's not any good, Dallas isn't any good either. And Saquon, I mean, Zeke is starting to catch the ball a little bit too. He gets some receiving yards he did the other night, but Saquon has so much more of that ability.
Yeah, and Saquon, for as much as the Giants have struggled, he hasn't had a bad game yet. He hasn't had one where he scored less than double digits, which Zeke has.
Because he doesn't have all of the same pass catching ability as. Pretty much that's why Zeke is going to be 6 behind these 5, is the pass catching ability for him compared to the others isn't the same. I think that's where he falters and just puts him to the next, level. And when he doesn't have the same offensive line he once had, and the team's just kind of struggling. I mean, I think they'd be better if they brought Tony Romo back out of the booth right now. I'm still going to hold on to that. I was so, man, Tony Romo was a better quarterback always.
Well, here's my question. Zeke, as terrific as he is, I think there is a legitimate question here. Would James White be higher than Zeke?
God, no. James White's not even on my radar yet.
Oh, he's got to be in your top 10, though.
Maybe top 10, but I'd go in other players before him here.
Oh, you're out of your mind.
There's more players ahead of him here. Sony Michel's coming back this week. It's going to change up. Life's going to change for James White. He's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same as he was this last few weeks.
I mean,
Sony Michel's back.
Yeah, he's already dealt with Sony Michel, though. I mean, maybe he comes back to earth a little bit, but I think he's definitely a top 10 guy.
He's close. But
okay, so after Zeke, Zeke is 6th. Who would you have 7th? Because in my mind, you're looking at.
Well, here's the thing: we don't know what to do with James Conner because of Le'Veon Bell,
right?
And otherwise, these guys would be here, and James Conner would have been on our list earlier. But Bell is going to be back in the next week. He has to be if he wants his first contract. If he doesn't come back, he's not going to be a free agent next year. So he has to. So that's going to those guys. It's like a 50-50 toss up right now. Man, what would I do here? Man, this is actually kind of a tough one. I'm kind of leaning Joe Mixon, personally. I like Mixon. So I might lean his way a little bit here. But, he had a really good game his last game. Yeah, I want to go Mixon. Mixon would be my guy.
Yeah, I have no issue with that.
So if we go Mixon 7, then you're probably wanting to put James White here.
I think this would be where I put James White. Honestly, I'm looking at who else would be here. It'd be,
McCaffrey.
James White, McCaffrey, or David Johnson.
And I'm not putting Johnson there yet.
Yeah, I really do.
I'd go McCaffrey over James White. McCaffrey is a better player than James White. And he's not going to have the challenge.
They've had similar. I mean, he is coming to life. The past 2 weeks, he's been very good. With Sony Michel, okay, I can get behind that, McCaffrey.
And then James White would be my number 9.
Yeah.
I can go. James White's in our top 10.
And then the question here, who is 10? Would you take a gamble on Bell Connor, or would you go DJ? Or would you go for a completely out of the what we usually would, like an Adrian Peterson?
No, I think I might go actually 10 is Connor and 11 is Bell. I think I would do that. Because they're too good to ignore here. And we don't really know how it's going to play out. And you might see both of them. It might be 50-50. They are not getting, James Conner's not going to the bench. Have you seen his numbers compared to Le'Veon Bell's numbers for the first 10 games or first 9 games or whatever it was for the season? His numbers this year are better than the first, probably 8 games. The first 8 games Connor played this year are better than the first 8 games Bell played last year. More yards, more catches, more everything. Kind of crazy.
It is.
I mean, James Conner's not going away.
No, but they're going to use Bell.
And I'm going to put James Conner ahead of him because I think they're sick of Bell. They're going to use him because he's there, but I don't think they're necessarily excited about using him.
No, I definitely wouldn't play him like the first game because I have a funny feeling that offensive line is going to let him get killed. But I don't know. I keep going back to the fact that why wouldn't you use him? Just run him ragged because he's not going to be on the team next year.
Yeah, but
Connor's your
better.
future.
Connor's been better.
He has been better. It will all come down to whether or not Bell looks good the first game he comes out.
I'm going to go Connor and Bell. I'm going to put him here, though. I don't know.
I like it.
So we'll just do a couple more players after that. Don't have to go too deep because then it gets just kind of like you're just throwing names out and don't really know what's going to happen. I would go 12. I'd put Leonard Fournette. He's coming back. He should be back this week. And if Leonard Fournette's back and he's healthy, he might be even better than this, and we're just kind of forgetting about him. So I think Leonard Fournette's going to be up here. And then I guess you go David Johnson next.
Yeah, I think he deserves to be here. He hasn't been as bad as as we give him credit for.
He just doesn't excite you, which is a weird thing.
He doesn't. I don't think he has the ability to go off near as much anymore. But I mean, he guarantees you a digit, outing. So I feel like he has to be here. He could have easily slipped into that number 10 spot if Connor and Bell, cannibalize each other. But yeah, I think this is probably the spot. I'd probably put him number 11, and I'd probably put Fournette number 12 because I really don't know what he's going to look like when he comes back. I still wouldn't trust it.
Yep. And then what else do we have here? I'll just say the next couple players on my list, probably just round it up before we go to wide receivers. I think I'd go Marlon Mack with how he had been playing. He had been so good, and I don't see that stopping. And then maybe Tevin Coleman. Tevin Coleman had another good week. And if you're looking at for the playoff run here, Freeman could come back, but while you're still going fantasy wise, if they use Coleman like they did last week, he's going to be up here.
There's actually a lot. I was going to say there's a lot of people that are like
Peterson, Sony Michel, Nick Chubb. They're all interesting. Dalvin Cook coming back. There's a lot of interesting players here.
Yeah, without a doubt.
It's become at one point we hated this middle tier, but it's become a lot more interesting players, a lot better players now.
Yeah, well, a lot of players are coming back from injury,
yep.
So we're you're getting lucky in that aspect.
Well, how about wide receiver here? Let's move over to wide receiver. So we got our running backs down. Wide receiver time. Who's number 1?
I never thought I would have this question. But if I had to go number 1, I think I would go tried and true. I think I would. Well.
Okay, the thing is, Antonio Brown has now become one of many.
A mere mortal.
It's like you really have, I don't know, there's almost like 7 guys, 7 guys you'd look at and be like, they're all very similar. Like Antonio Brown, Julio, Michael Thomas, Devontae Adams, Adam Thielen, DeAndre Hopkins, Odell Beckham. They're all kind of the same.
Yeah, I think for me,
I think
it has to be either Hopkins or Brown still.
I think it becomes Brown just because of the fact that those other guys aren't standing out ahead of him.
Yeah.
And Brown, the catches are down, the yards are down, but he's had a touchdown in every game but one. All but one game he's had a touchdown, and in 2 of them he's had 2. So yeah, he catches touchdowns. What's he at? 9 touchdowns in the year in 8 games. He's just not getting the same amount of catches as he used to, and the yards aren't there. But touchdowns are there. So I think it still has to be Antonio Brown. Some people are not going to agree with us on this. I love there's always the backlash against players like this. It's weird.
I think you have to go Brown and then Hopkins. Because who else are you you put up Thielen maybe? Like that is who people would argue for.
But no,
maybe?
I'm not going to argue
for
Thielen.
I'm not either.
He's had a great start to the year, but he's just.
And Odell has Eli. Julio, as much as I love him, he's probably going to be he's a mid top 10 guy because he has a hard time getting in the end zone. Tyreek Hill is so boom or bust. Michael Thomas might be getting there's a lot of things that you can throw around in this wide receiving class. Do you have any issue with Hopkins at number 2?
No, I'd go Hopkins number 2. I'm fine with that.
The question here is number 3, and I have 2 guys that are in my mind that is battling out between Who do you have as far as number 3?
I'd go Michael Thomas.
Okay, and he was one of them.
And Dez doesn't hurt him. Dez can, I think, only might help him in reality, because just there's another option out there to take some of the pressure, from the defense that aren't going to completely key on Michael Thomas. So I think I'd go Michael Thomas. And then
I actually have a different take on this, but
yeah.
I go Devonta Adams.
I'm not there with Adams.
I think he's a safer play.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I believe it.
The number one option with Rodgers. Yeah. I mean,
Rodgers is only the 13th ranked quarterback on the year.
I know, but I mean, even with that, you have a very good chance of scoring a touchdown every single game. You can't say that about Michael Thomas even.
Yeah, but I mean, Adams just doesn't. He's fine.
You enough?
He's fine.
I mean, and him and Michael Thomas have pretty much scored the same amount of points so far.
Yeah, and that's true. Thomas is. 1 point behind him?
Literally, they're almost identical. And I don't think Aaron Rodgers in that offense has been playing particularly well. I already think New Orleans has. They're adding someone they can run the ball all day if they really want to. I mean, I don't have an issue putting Michael Thomas first, but I believe they're hand in hand. They're just like one after another.
I mean, I might lean Thomas just because he plays Tampa this year.
I'm done with that.
Adams doesn't. I'll go Thomas, then Adams, and then Julio for me would be 5.
Yeah, Julio's good there. And then even though he's down there, I mean, do you put Beckham there now, or do you go with a Thielen? I mean, I guess that would where my head is at. Maybe I would go Thielen.
I'd probably go Thielen just because he's that safer. I mean, Beckham's been great though the last few games. He's had some huge games,
despite the fact that Eli.
But because he has Eli, I feel like I have to just drop him to 7. So I go Thielen, then Odell. Yeah. And then I think at 8, I think I throw Tyreek Hill there.
I like that one.
Even he's higher than this, and people might think we're hating on him a little bit. It's
if you were going to pick a guy though, I think I would pick him in this order because Hill.
Well, look at Tyreek Hill, and this is standard scoring. He's at a 35.3 game, and he's at a 32.2 game. Other than that, 13.6, he had a 15, 8.7, 8.5, 5, 5.6, 5.6. That's a lot of games that he didn't do a lot for you.
And if I'm picking down the stretch to make the playoffs or in the playoffs, I'm taking a little bit of consistency.
Yeah, I'm going to go Tyreek. So who would be number 9 then? Number 9 gets a little interesting. Trying to figure out who do you go with? I mean, do you buy into Keenan Allen coming back and being good and being up here again?
I know. Well,
Mike Evans, who's been up and down. Evans is number 10 on the year right now at wide receiver, but he's had 3 games under 10 points. He's at a 5.9, a 5.8, and a 1.6, which was this past game, which was just brutal. What else? AJ, we can't really because of the injury situation now.
Yeah, normally I would go with AJ, but
that injury is kind of throws that off. You can't put him up there. Brandon Cooks has been great. I mean, shoot, Tyler Boyd jump up now with AJ's hurt. I still can't do that one. Emmanuel Sanders has been really good, but he hasn't been very good the last 2 weeks. It's kind of all over. I think personally, I think I go Keenan Allen because I think he's going to keep being really good. He's just going to get better the rest of the season. Or, there's Juju Smith-Schuster's up there.
I mean, I love Juju as well. And then all of the Rams wide receivers as well. I mean, who do you take over that? I mean, I think Brandon Cooks would make a strong case. And where do you stick Emmanuel Sanders? Is he completely out of your top 10?
Yeah, not even close.
Yeah, no, sadly enough.
He's behind all of these
So we
guys.
have 8 and we have 2 spots left.
Yep. I think I agree with you, actually. I have no issue putting Keenan Allen up there. He scored 1 touchdown this year and he's still relevant. Yeah, it's not like he's been just terrible. If he starts actually catching some touchdowns here, he could be a lot better. There's no one else a lot of guys aren't standing out either, so.
And yeah, Mike Evans is the one that throws he is all over the place. Would I rather have Man, I'm not gonna lie. Allen, number 9. For number 10, I could go a million different ways.
I think I'd go Evans at 10.
You go Evans?
Yeah. just because I think he's then the next guy. The rest of the guys are solid. I just think he's just slightly above their level. Just slightly. Because I don't even know who that other one would be if it wasn't Evans. You can say it's Evans or is it somebody else, but who is that somebody else? Which one of these guys? Of Brandon Cooks, of Robert Woods, of Juju Smith-Schuster, I mean, even T.Y. Hilton, those kind of... Which is the guy? I don't think there's a consensus on who that guy would even be.
Yeah, I keep coming back to it. I think... Oh, man. I mean, once again, I have no issue with putting Evans there. I think he's a little more all over the place. I worry about that.
He is
that
number
QB.
10. He's number 10 on the year, so number 10 is a good spot for him.
Yep.
So the guy we're really disrespecting is Emmanuel Sanders because he's up actually number 7 for the year, and we're just not buying it.
Yeah,
and he's had 2 bad games in a row. So I am not buying it. No. So okay, if we go Evans 10, how would you rank the rest?
I'd probably go Brandon Cooks right after that.
Okay.
And then I'd probably go
Juju.
I'd probably go Juju, followed by unless I'm missing anyone, Juju, and then I might go Boyd.
Because of the injury right now, I guess he could. Yeah. He's been pretty solid. He's had a good year. And then Boyd. I might go Robert Woods 14 with how good he's played. I think I might go. Yeah, I think I'd go Robert Woods. I might go like Juju, Boyd, Woods. A lot of these other guys have had injury concerns, and because Diggs has a little bit of injury concern right now. Otherwise, he'd probably go up a little higher on my list.
Yeah. I mean, where would you, I guess the other guy that would probably be slotted in right after this would be like T.Y.
Yeah.
He's finally healthy a little bit. I think that could be a good place for him.
Yeah, he can fit in right around there. And then Alshon's probably around there too.
Mm-hmm.
But, all right. I think that's it for wide receivers. Yeah, that's a good solid list. Then want to do the top? Let's do top 5 tight ends.
I was going to say, we don't have to do 10, do we?
We'll just do top 5. So this will be simple. For me, it's very simple.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce's number 1, I think.
Yep.
I think I go Zach Ertz number 2.
Yeah, I do too. I think Ertz is safer. And then I go Kittle.
I think I do go Kittle.
And number 4, I got to go my boy, OJ.
You know what? I'm okay with OJ Howard there. And then I think I go Gronk because the rest I don't believe in.
100%. Wow, that was quick.
Yeah, that's an easy one. I really think OJ's been great.
Might as well finish it out.
Let's go quarterback. Do a couple quarterback.
Why don't we finish out tight end?
I don't like the rest of these
guys. Just 5 more.
I don't like any of these.
Well, okay. So this will be easy though.
I'll go Jimmy Graham. 6. You know what?
Olsen.
Yeah. I buy Olsen. I buy that. Olsen makes sense to me there.
I mean, he gets really, really weak. The question is,
do you believe in Jack Doyle?
No, because of Ebron.
Do you just go Trey Burton and just keep him about where he's been all year?
Yeah, I'd probably go Burton, and then I'd probably go maybe Njoku, and then I fit in like a Doyle maybe.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Njoku, then Doyle. It's ugly after 5, isn't it? Even
yeah.
And then we might as well jump over to quarterback. Let's see what we got here for like a top 10. So it has to be Mahomes. Mahomes is number 1.
Yeah, I was actually wondering if you were going to make a case for Aaron Rodgers.
Not over Mahomes.
No, I agree.
Now number 2 is, okay, this is like one of many. I mean, Matt Ryan is actually the number 2 on the year, which is a little crazy. I mean, he's kind of done that almost without me even realizing he's been that good, I guess. It's kind of he's had a very solid year, but I don't think I put him here. I think, you know what? I think I still put Aaron Rodgers.
I would too, and
it's just Aaron Rodgers.
We'll probably get flack for that, but I think he'll continue to kind of get back to being his old self. And he's not that far off the pace, really.
He's tied for 9th this year in points per game, and that's with missing a little bit of one game injured, and he played for a couple games injured, and he's still 9th up there. So I'm going to go Rodgers number 2. But then number 3, what do you do with number 3? Do you go a Drew Brees, a Matt Ryan? Jared Goff has been really good. Deshaun Watson's starting to come on. Tom Brady's always around. Not quite as good this year. Brady's been fine, but this is actually a tough spot. Cam Newton's been really good, and he's actually 4th on the year, I think, in rank. Actually 3rd in points per game.
Yeah, he's been incredibly good. I mean,
and the team's good. The team's good. He's different when the team's good. And
I get worried that he can't keep it up, but I look at who he's going to play, and I think, why not? I think Cam Newton might be in that spot right there. Because, I mean, they don't run the ball nearly as much either, right?
Would you play Cam Newton or Matt Ryan?
I think I would go Cam Newton. I think I would. I think Cam Newton would be number 3 right now, rest of the season too, because look at his schedule as well.
Yep.
I mean, he goes Pitt, then Detroit, Seattle, who's good against the pass, but they can run. Tampa Bay, Cleveland, New Orleans, Atlanta, New Orleans again. Like, he has a very favorable schedule.
Yep. Yeah, I'm good with Cam there.
And then the big question here, you could really go a million different ways right here. For me, I still probably I think this is, I don't know, I probably go this. I feel like this is Matt Ryan or Breeze right here.
I probably go Matt Ryan. I think I go Matt Ryan here, and then.
Well, I guess the question here is where do you put? Yeah, I think I would go Breeze too.
Yep.
And then, surprising enough, I think number 6. I think I go Goff.
But he has a bye week. Think about that one though.
I mean, that does hurt his numbers, I guess.
He has
still
the bye week.
Right in that. I mean, that's about where he should be then. You know, at number 6, he really only had. I mean, he had 2 games. I mean, 1 bad game. But that's Seattle and then Denver, who both have good defenses on the road. You're about to hit Seattle again, though.
And one reason Andrew Luck has not come on my list yet, he plays Jacksonville twice.
Right, and Goff plays Chicago as well. He plays a couple of tough ones. All right, yeah, and they can lean on Gurley as well. I'm fine with putting Goff down a little further after looking at schedule.
Yeah, but
I mean, who
goes here?
Well, Tom Brady.
Yeah, you just stick with Brady, especially since he's starting to get a connection with Gordon a little bit.
Yeah, and even though it feels like he hasn't been Brady-esque.
Yeah.
Which he really has not been.
But then, I might go Goff next here. I think what I would probably do here to round this out, I might look at Goff, Watson. He's been pretty solid. He has a bye week too, but both of them bye weeks, but they're still fine. Then I think I might go Luck. He has the tough matchups, but he's been really good.
Yeah, and actually the one guy that we're forgetting about that I feel like has to be in the top 10 is Wentz. Yeah. He missed the first 2 games. He just had a bye. I mean, his numbers are skewed because of that, and he's been very good.
I think Wentz could be around at our top 10.
All right.
And then I'd probably go Rivers at 11 because Rivers is Phillip Rivers is a number 11 player for life. I feel like he always gets slightly disrespected.
He does, always a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit, and then Roethlisberger probably.
Yeah, I worry about him down the stretch. He'll have up and down games.
And all right, I think that's it for rest of season ranks. I like that. Got some good ranks there, so go check them out. I'll maybe put a post up on Instagram with or maybe our top 10 a couple positions. But yeah, it's a lot different than if you looked at our preseason ranks. Things have changed around a little bit. And never would have thought like Pat Mahomes became just an easy number 1. You don't even think about it. And Rodgers isn't.
Right. Well, the fact that we had to deliberate whether or not Rodgers was going to be number 2.
Right. Yeah, it's weird. But all right. I think that'll do it. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll get some listener questions in, go over some point spread picks for week 10. Talk to you guys tomorrow.